You're tuned into the global broadcast, 209 FM. You're listening to Culture on 209 FM. It's your boy DJ Caution here with a very, very special guest, fitness competitor Tina Fuentez.
Hello.
How you doing today, Tina?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing well. So, let the audience know. When I kind of got reintroduced to you, we have a mutual friend. Actually, her brother is a friend of mine, and we DJ together, and we've been DJing for a while. And so I saw her at an event, and I kind of like, oh, hey, what's up, Tina? How you doing? But she has an amazing story that needs to be heard. I mean, she's an inspiration to me and to a lot of other people. She changed her life, so to speak. She was, I guess you could say, overweight by your standards, or just overweight in general, maybe?
I like to consider it living an unhealthy life.
Unhealthy life, okay. And then she flipped the script, everybody. I mean, she flipped the script. She was able to literally switch came on and just changed her whole culture. And why don't you kind of elaborate on that and just let the audience know what I'm referring to?
Well, I'm from Stockton. I was born in Oakland, raised in Stockton. I'm a mother of two beautiful girls. I work full-time for a local law firm. So yeah, just being busy mom and doing everything like all mothers do. We all tend to forget about taking care of ourselves. So yeah, I just wanted to make a change. My daughters started getting older. They wanted to start competing into sports, and it just brought me back to when I used to play sports. I played basketball in high school and played CYO. I played CYO basketball myself.
You're athletic.
Yes. I come from an athletic family. My dad did track, went to Franklin. My brothers
from the east side.
Yeah.
East sider.
I went to Franklin too. My brother played football. My other brother, Ernesto, ran track himself. So yes, very competitive family. So yeah, I played sports, and I wanted the same for my girls. Although when you have kids, you kind of let yourself go. You kind of just get stuck into life. And,
get stuck in the rut type of thing.
Yes, you kind of just do all of it, and you look back at pictures and you think, God, I used to look...
What was necessarily going on in your life where you were like, I gotta change? Something has to change.
You know what? I just kind of got in a rut. Just got a little depressed with not feeling myself. That type of thing. What I did, the first thing I did was I went to a Zumba class. A coworker and I went and tried out Zumba. I love to dance. My brother's a DJ.
She's a great dancer, by the way. She can dance.
Always have been. I love to dance. So I tried Zumba. Fell in love with it from the first time I did it. It was hard. It was hard to keep up. But I knew if I kept going, I'd learn the routines. I lost 20 pounds in the first year that I did it. So that kind of kicked off my journey.
What was the, if you don't mind us knowing, how much were you weighing at the time?
Oh, man. Okay, so after I had my second child.
What year was this?
I had my second child in 2010. She'll be 9 now in July. So I was almost 200 pounds. I was pushing almost 200 pounds at the time that I gave birth to her. It didn't hit me until a couple of years later that I knew I was just tired of being where I was. I started going up in weight, and at the time I was wearing a size 12 to 14 in a pair of pants, and I refused to buy the next size up. I told myself, if I gain any more weight, this has got to stop. I gotta do something about it. So that was my jump start. It was hard. I wanted to quit many, many times, and just like everybody else, you have to keep it new. You have to change things. So the instructor I had always changed the music, always bringing in new routines, which made it great because you want to learn those. I've got a pretty competitive personality, so it was very challenging for me to get.
Now, how often were you going? I mean,
I think I started out 3 days a week.
So you start off with Zumba 3 days a week for a year, or?
I think for like the first 6 months, and then I became addicted to it. And then you meet new people. I didn't.
So the whole culture of it starts getting...
you meet people, different age groups. There's some older women in their 60s that are trying to do Zumba. You've got girls in their 20s and teenagers from high school that are all taking the same class. So everybody's at a different level. Nobody's judging anybody. It's great. You make great friends just doing this. So it was, and everybody has their own little journey, and so it was really nice to have that support. And then you bring it home and you've got more energy, you're sleeping better. The biggest thing too is you have to eat better. There's just no way you're going to see results if you keep eating the same.
When did you get to the point where you started learning about diet? Like, when was the next phase after Zumba? Like, when was the next tier, so to speak, for you?
Well, I kind of plateaued a little bit after I lost like the first 15, 20 pounds. And then another coworker told me about these protein drinks. They are Herbalife. I think I went to Hooked for a long time. I want to say for like a year. And in there, my coworker said, she goes, if you really, really want to step up your game, she goes, and you really want to lose some weight, she gave me Pierce's name.
Okay.
Pierce is my trainer.
Pierce Adams, what's up? Big ups to Pierce. My dude, man, doing it big out there.
He's a personal trainer. He's also a competitor.
Professional
competitor. So, yeah, he had these circuit training classes, and so I went and tried it. It was very hard. I ain't gonna lie. I had never picked up weights before.
Pierce is no joke.
Pierce is no joke. He was in the military, and he definitely has that push.
But that's what you need to get to that
very
level.
Very motivating. And I need someone like that. That to me is, I'm used to that coming from playing sports. You got a coach that's on you.
That's
practice.
on you, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm used to that kind of, and he's not for everybody. Some people aren't used to that. But it worked for me. And he introduced me to a meal plan. Didn't quite know what it was. I heard that people, prep their meals, and so that was the start of how everything happened. And kid you not, within the first month, the weight was literally melting off of my body. They both go together. Working out and eating right, getting sleep, making sure you're drinking your water, all that stuff is definitely, it all goes hand in hand.
When did you start thinking about maybe I should compete, or when did that come into play?
Well, the whole reason why I wanted to get more involved into fitness and get started with Pierce and do these classes, I was getting ready to go on vacation with my family, and we were going to Hawaii. I had never worn a bathing suit ever, and that was my goal. I gave myself a year to get myself into a bathing suit. I told Pierce what my plan was, what my goal was, and he said, okay. He wrote out a meal plan for me and said, just stick to this. If you stick to this, it'll happen. I think it didn't even take me a year. It took me probably 3 months.
Wow, 3 months?
To get off, I think I got off maybe about almost 45 pounds at that time.
Wow. That's amazing.
It was really happening very fast. Once you get your metabolism going, it just starts happening.
Was there maybe a surreal moment for you? Like, oh my gosh, this is...
Yeah, it was very hard for me to comprehend how I was looking. When people saw me that had not seen me in a long time, were shocked, amazed. I had people stopping me in the grocery store that are used to seeing me shop at the grocery store, and they're like, what are you doing? I had the checkout people, buying my meat at the counter, asking me, what are you doing? You look great, and so cooking was another thing. We all do it. We're all busy. We eat out a lot. It was just totally unhealthy. And I didn't want to set those kind of examples for my girls. You want to make sure that they're getting the nutrition that they need, and they're always talking about obesity and kids now, and so I wanted to show them that it's possible.
What were your girls saying? What was your girls in your family saying at first? Like,
you know what, my oldest daughter, she would just, Mom, my friend said, oh, your mom looks great, and and she was happy for me. She was happy that I was happy. It's I didn't realize how much I disliked the way I looked, you're worried about everybody else, that you forget about taking care of yourself. So she saw the change in me. She saw how much more energy I had, how I wanted to do more things. I mean, we would go on hikes. It was great. It was good. It was a good thing for me to show my girls that, hey, anybody can do it, even me at my age.
So let's talk about when Pierce said, hey, it's time to compete.
So after I came back from my trip,
which was great.
It was great. It was wonderful. I wore my bikini on the beach, and it was awesome. It was a great vacation. I came back, and after being off for a week, you feel guilty because you're used to working out a lot.
Your culture's changed.
And yes. And so it's a lifestyle. It definitely is a lifestyle. So I got back into the gym and went back to the classes. Pierce approached me and was like, so what's next? What are we doing next? And he goes, you should really think about competing. At the same time, there was 2 other girls we were all in the same boat, and he kind of just all sat us down, and we all said we're going to do it together. It became more of a challenge for all of us. Did I honestly think I was going to get up there and do it? No, the idea sounded nice, but as I progressed and I saw the changes, it was just amazing how your body just, it's insane. It's insane. And I became, I don't want to say addicted to it, but it motivated me to want to just continue. And I enjoyed it a lot. And it was great. It was a great experience.
We're going to get back to some more interviewing with fitness competitor and dance specialist Tina Fuentez on 209 FM. You're listening to Culture on 209 FM. It's your boy DJ Caution here with Tina Fuentez, fitness competitor. And so she came back from her trip in Hawaii, wearing her bikini, feeling great. And Pierce Adams is her trainer. Says, well, what's next on the agenda? So what was next?
Well, came back after eating great food, totally being off my diet. I needed to get back into the gym. Same time, there was 2 other girls, same boat, all of us, just never competed before. And we all decided to do it together. And it was good. I'm glad that we did do it together. Doing it by yourself, this last season I just did it by myself, and it's a lot harder. It's good to have that support. So that's how it started. Pierce talked us all into doing it, and
now are you guys still involved? The 3 of you guys, girls?
Yes and no. This season, we've all kind of went our separate ways,
right.
But I think we've all done like 3 or 4 shows. But we did our first show together.
So how many years is it now at this point in between from the time you got back from Hawaii and Pierce is asking you, hey, what's next, to the time you hit the switch? So just, when you flipped it.
Gosh, I want to say it was within that year. So
wow, really?
Yeah, because
so within 1 year, all this is already.
Yeah, because I had lost all the weight. Pierce was talking to me about the show. I want to say by the time that next February came up, I started my training.
So 1 year later.
It wasn't even a year.
How much weight did you lose?
God, total about 80 pounds. Yeah.
80 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean,
yeah.
and you're thinking about competing.
I am thinking about competing. Yes.
So now let's talk about you're getting ready to compete. So now does the intensity does it switch up now as far as the workout schedule?
Oh yes. It's a definitely different kind of training. The circuit training that's what my personal opinion. If I didn't do the circuit training, I would have never survived the one-on-one training with Pierce.
Okay.
Pierce is no walk in the park.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that. He is. He's pretty tough. And
what's the name of his gym? Give him a quick plug.
Gorilla Training System.
Gorilla Training System. So for those that are interested, by the way.
Yes. I got into the gym with him, and he's watching every rep, everything. He's watching your body, making sure your form is right.
So he's really involved.
Yes.
He's very.
And if you're doing it right, you're doing it over. So he's very.
So if you're doing it right, you're doing it over, or you're doing it wrong?
No, I'm just saying. I'm sorry. If you're doing it wrong, you're doing it over.
Okay.
Yeah, he's no joke. That's what counts, and it doesn't matter how long it takes you to do it. He wants to make sure you're doing it right, so there's no injuries. I've learned a lot from Pierce as far as
He's a guru. He's a guru.
Making sure that you look at your body, taking pictures. Okay, I wasn't one to take selfies and do all that. Now I'm constantly looking at your body while you're going through this transformation. The things that you're putting in your meals, salt, sugar, things, all those things. You have to cut all that out. Drinking a gallon of water a day, having supplements, taking your multivitamins. It's a lot. It's like another job. It became another job. And it wasn't easy, but I knew I was up for the challenge. I was totally up for the challenge. There was days I didn't want to work out, but I knew I wanted to get there. It was definitely a mission of mine.
So let's talk about this fast forward to the day of competing on your first competition.
Oof, yeah.
What was that like?
Nerves, anxious, just excited,
How'd you do?
I took second place.
Congratulations.
In my first show. Yes, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I felt like I was shaking like a leaf up there trying to pose. People don't understand. Posing is like working out. You're trying to hold your breath so that you can see all your muscles, and you're trying to show off all your hard work, all those blood, sweat, and tears that you put in all the months that you've trained. And, You sacrificed barbecues, birthday parties, going out with your friends, doing all these things just so that you have this one moment to shine on stage. And you don't want to mess it up because it took you this long to get here. And so it was really a great moment for me.
What is your message to, well, like I said, to anybody, but most, you're a female and I have a daughter, and for a lot of women, I mean, you're definitely a positive female role model, someone that the girls can look up to,
Oh, thanks.
Being a working mom. For women that are in a rut, that maybe are depressed or that are just, you're an example. You can be an example. What is your message to them? I mean,
oh man, everybody's story is different. Everybody has their own reasons for wanting to change their life. You have to want to change it. You really have to hold yourself accountable to making that change and sticking to it and not cheating. Like I said, there's days where I didn't want to go to the gym, forced myself to go, felt wonderful when I was done going to the gym. And then there's times where I didn't go and I hated myself for not going. I would kick myself in the butt for not just sucking it up and just going to the gym. But it's like anything, some people get depressed and, you have to learn to love yourself. You have to learn to be happy with and work with what you have, and start small and making changes. Go for walks, go to your local gym, or look into these classes. There's so many different classes. There's Zumba, there's kickboxing, there's there's spin class. There's definitely all different types of different facilities that are coming up with cardio classes that you can take. And you can meet some great people doing that help, that are going through the same things that maybe you're going through, some of your struggles. But you gotta take it one step at a time, and just, it's a journey, and I struggle with it still. But
does music help?
Music does help. I love to dance. So even if you're going out with your friends, going out to the club, dancing, that's great cardio.
What kind of music you listen to?
I listen pretty much to everything. I'm not really a big country fan. But I love jazz. I love hip hop. I love some R&B.
When you work out, get ready for a show, or you're working out with Pierce, or what is he playing, or what's
Pierce is always playing something different.
You said he had NWA on the other day.
He had NWA on the other day. We were all working out to some hardcore rap. It was great though, because sometimes you need that. It was leg day too, so needed that extra push to get through. And it's an amazing feeling. I'm glad that I made this change in my life. It's definitely a lifestyle. It is. It's great.
Well, Tina, I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to interview you. You're, like I said, you're a great inspiration for all the young women out there and for the community. And we are hoping to see better that first place show coming up soon, hopefully. Great things from you. And like I said, and on behalf of 209 FM, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're listening to Culture with your boy DJ Caution here on 209 FM. You're tuned into the global broadcast, 209 FM. You're tuned into the global broadcast, 209 FM.